Done with Nissan. I Unless it's a Skyline or a fair, or the 370Z or 350Z. I don't really want to be in a Nissan again in my life. Not because I'm like, the car messed up. Like, hydroplaning could have happened in anything, the biggest truck, a Hummer, a semi truck. It just happens. I understand that. So I'm not like, oh, the brand of the car messed me up. It's just that I've been in Nissan too long and I'm underwhelmed. Just underwhelmed. So let's see, I'm underwhelmed. So I think I have a top 5 list of my next cars, and it's Toyota, Honda, because they're the most durable brands right now. I don't know if this is in order. Yeah, those two are at the top for sure for me. Then these 3 are kind of like a toss-up. Oh, it's my house.
Let him know.
Yeah, it's my house. Yo, thanks for the subscription. You just endorsed your man's, and yeah, you drive it. I know you drive a Civic, man. I know. So you understand how how long Honda really lasts. I didn't know anything about this. I just love the Skyline. That's all I knew about cars when I went dealer shopping. Now I've had cars before. I've had let's show what cars I had before. Real fast. Let's show what cars I had before. So my first car was this. So this is my first car. Let me find the color that mine was. Yeah, this was my first car right here. A 1990 Caprice. Look at it. Look at it in awe. No, I need to see that blue boy. Look at it in awe. Okay, not that. Yeah. That was my first car, right? This car, I ended up wrecking the transmission. So it didn't have reverse. It couldn't go in reverse. It was a snowstorm, I think 2008. Yeah, I think 2008, early 2008 or late 2007. Yeah, this is my first car, and I ran the transmission out, right? But after that, my father got a car. My father got a car, and he just built it up. It was in really, really bad shape. It was in really, really bad shape. Like it wouldn't start. I got both of these at an auction as well. You dig the Google Chrome thing? Yo, thanks. I don't know if this is mine or not, or what this is. Oh, it's Tim Bergling's 32nd birthday, whatever that is. So yeah. Yep, this is literally the exact car that I had right here. So yeah, first car was a 1990 Caprice, and this is the second car. This is a 1985 Celebrity. I think it says 84 right here, but it basically looks exactly the same. Nothing really changed from year to year. Yeah, here we go. Can I zoom in on this? No. But yeah. So this is the 1985 boy. So the first one I had was the Caprice, and we got both of these at an auction. I got my first car. That Caprice was $700. They couldn't start it. They had to jump it. It's an auction, so cars go for super cheap. And me and Pops, we worked on them and changed them. Worked on them slowly and gradually, week by week. I was working at the skating rink, riding the bus, working at the skating rink, and stacking up money. And I saved up the money to get that Caprice. And he got this for $200. But the seats were pulled out, so you could see the what is that called? You can see the inflation This is a little too loud. You can see the insulation. Yeah, the insulation. So you can see the insulation of the seats. The car wouldn't start. The windows were all busted out. So the front window, the back window, and I think the side windows might have been busted out too. So that went for $200, bro. So yeah, this was my next car because my father. It had been I think I got my first car in October. Yeah, we got these in October, and just over time we fixed them up and they were better and better. And I was riding my car from October to April, and there were over 60 people that asked me if I wanted to sell my car. The old car, the Caprice that I had. Let's go ahead and look it up. But yeah, there were 60 people that asked if I wanted to sell the Caprice. Whatever, just from at gas stations, at my job. So obviously the car was hot and people loved that type of car. And I imagine people just stole it, you know. Even though I wrecked the transmission, so I couldn't go in reverse. I even remember taking a girl on a date. Shout out to Shrika. I remember her name. Her name is Shrika, like shriek, like a loud scream in A. Shout out to her. I think I went on a date with her, and I remember on the date I parked like diagonal because I couldn't back up, and she wasn't able to know. I think I taught her how to drive a little bit too, in this car, but before it got stolen, I remember going on a date and parking diagonally to leave me space to pull out. It was so funny because I couldn't go in reverse, and she didn't know I couldn't go in reverse, and obviously I didn't want to show that, so that's so funny. But let's see. So yeah, I drove this car for a little while, and this car ended up having too many problems, like CV joints and stuff. I had a lot of CV joint issues, and that's basically whenever you turn, it makes a pop, and basically it's connected to the axle, and and then let's see, what is that? Sonata? No, it's an accent. So Yep, here it is. Look at the Mauve Avenger, bro. Look at the Mauve. Oh, shoot. And this is dag near the same color. So, all right. So, on to the next car, right? So, that last car, back here. Bro, you doing too much. Can I get some more chill? Let's calm down. I don't need all that energy right now. Now this car went through CV joints and had axle issues. The axle was basically falling apart. I remember there was one time where I was driving the car and I was young, so I was ignoring the problems and not taking it to the shop regularly. So I was treating it like poop, honestly. I was just driving around, living my life and going to work and stuff and not putting money into the car. And this is an old car. It's a 1985. I had this in 2008 and 2009. So it was 20 years at the time? 30 years? Yeah, 20, yeah, no, it's 20 years, almost 30 at that time. So older cars need work. You have to continuously funnel money into them. Whatever, that's just how it is because they're so old. So yeah, the axle, I remember like driving and the car would shake just every time, like I think I would hit a bump, like I would feel the bottom of the car shake and it would shake the whole car. I was so like tight-fisted and 10 and 2. I remember that when I was leaving from work back at the Washington Square Sears. But yeah, that ended up going because of that. And the fix was too much. Then I got this from, shout out to Whitney. Whoa, what do you mean? Whitney, I remember. Whitney, I was dating a chick from over the phone or whatever, from like a line. We were speaking, and then her family was up here, but she lived in Evansville. And or most of her family was up here, but she lived in Evansville. So like I dated her for like maybe 6 months, maybe a year or so. And she her sister, I believe, it was her sister or auntie, had this car and was selling it. And for $500. I was like, $500? I had 4. Pops gave me 100. I think I had 3 or 4, and Pops gave me 100, and we went and bought this thing. And it ended up replacing the Celebrity, right? And it was this color too, bro. Can you imagine 6 foot me getting in this car? Like that's super nuts, bro. Super nuts. This car was cool. I had it for a little while, but I ended up selling this car to stop our house from being foreclosed on. I had it to stop our house from being foreclosed on. I'm gonna put all these up in order, right? And in the right color as well. So bloop 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 right here. All right, then I had the celebrity, right? So yeah, boom, boom, boom. All right, let me see. Right down there, and then boom. So yeah. All right, and then after that, that was when rough times happened. I was carless for about maybe 6 years, 5-6 years. Rough times happened. I was homeless. Slept on some streets for a while. Rough times. It's rough times in general. That's too long. That makes the story too long. This is a story about cars. My next car ends up being 2015. I get a, what is it called? I get the replacement for the Taurus. Now, I did not know about this car, and it was gold. Where's the gold? I know that, yeah, this is what it looked like on the inside. Where the gold at, though, bro? Yes, this is exactly what it looked like. Yo, this is exactly what it looked like, bro. Where's the gold at? Yeah, let me look at this. Yes, this is exactly what it looked like. Now, I saved up, I think $1,500. And I was working at where I work now. And what happened? I went to the dealership and I didn't have any credit. Obviously, it was the first time I went to a dealership because the first 3 cars I had, remember, auction 700, auction 200 that I didn't spend, and $500. So I literally spun like what? My first 3 cars were, what is it? 700, 900, 500. $1,400 on my first 3 cars essentially, and I didn't even spend this, whatever, and I only spent like 300 or 400 on this. So like, yeah, I almost spent like 300 or 400 on this. So like, maybe like $1,000 for 3 cars. That's kind of crazy. Yo, 100K channel points, bruh. Use them things. Just make all your messages highlighted, bruh. Just use them things. But anyway. 2015, I went 6 years without a car because I had this car. Last time I had this car was 2019, or not 2009. The transmission went out on this car, and we ended up selling it. The transmission was going out, and we ended up selling it. Coincidentally, for $500. Now, then I have this this Ford 500, right? This Ford 500. I go to the dealership, and they didn't want to give me a Nissan. I went to Nissan because. I went to Nissan because I love the Skyline, but at the Nissan dealership, Andy Moore and 38th and Lafayette, they have other cars, obviously, because if you're a dealer, you take other cars and, you know, flip them. So I got this. I had $1,500. I put it down. It only had I think it was 50,000 miles, and it was a 2005. In 10 years, that's really good. So I test drove it and I was like, man, this feels really good. I was like, okay, I like this. Like, so I ended up going with this. But obviously, me being a driver, I started driving it, and slowly but surely, a lot of problems started to keep happening. I had to get the brakes done within 3 months of having the car. So I got this car in December. I think it was December 11th or 12th. Yeah, now I had it for about 6 months. So in 2016, in June, I think it was June, I went to the this car. I just knew that with me paying, I think I was paying like $400 a month. I knew with me paying $400 a month and me having to get cars, small stuff done to the car kind of constantly, I was like, hey, I walked up to the dealer and I was like, hey man, the car, like, you guys got me in a car, which I'm thankful for. I put a down payment for. I've been saving up a little bit, and I don't think I have enough for another car, but I need you to know that I'm not going to be able to afford to continue to fix the car with all the car issues that it has and continue to pay my car note. So the owner, with extreme gusto and speed, he with extreme gusto and speed, he immediately, like within the hour, got me inside of this. In 2016, this is the summer of 2016, got me inside of this. Now the kicker about this is that when they put me in this vehicle, they have models that of cars that they can sell for cheaper because they don't put too much into them. Like, for instance, power windows and power locks. It's something that you probably don't think about that comes in all cars, right? Wrong. Absolutely wrong. I did not know that. This was 2016, right? So 5 years ago. They gave me this car, which I'm not like talking stuff to them. I just didn't know this was possible. I didn't know this was possible. They have a cheaper version of all the cars. You can normally see like S or LE or XL. You can see like little letters on the other side of cars. Those are essentially the grade of the car. So like, say like they have an A grade, that's like a SS. Or I'll give you Nissan's model. Nissan has SR. SR is basically racing. They have SL, which is luxury. Luxury has everything. So SL is at the top, then it's SR, then it's SV, and then it's S. Whatever. So they have 4 different models. You didn't know they made them that basic still? Yes, J-Bo. Apparently they did. So yeah, they gave me, this was an S, which is basically the lowest model they can give you. This car is not that expensive. I think it runs for like $13,000 or $14,000. So it's not, in retrospect, not that expensive. It's probably worth like $6,000, 6 or 7. So they're getting profit off of it, of course. But yeah, they gave me this car, and they just told me, hey, we'll keep the Ford, because I was taking the Ford there for actual maintenance. And like they said, we'll keep the Ford, we'll pay for the maintenance, and we'll give you this. Within the hour of me telling the owner of the dealership, I had no clue that was gonna happen. But I was so concerned about the problems of this Ford 500 that I was like, ooh, like I would just love to be away from the problems, whatever, that I had to continually fix. I got brakes fixed. I had 2 tires fixed. I had brakes fixed. I had 2 tires. I think I altered. Was it a battery? Yeah, I think it was a battery. Like it was real quick too. I only had it from December 2015 to June 2016. So 6 months literally. There's no way that within 6 months I have to do brakes, 2 tires because they're bad. Brakes, 2 tires because they're bad, and a battery. Like, no, that's nuts. So yeah, they gave me this, but this did not. I sat in it. Once I got it, I was like, oh shoot. And I got in, I was like, oh, it's kind of small, whatever. I was like, but it's black. I like black better than gold, whatever. So I was like, all right, it's black. I sat in it, and I look around, and I'm like, no. I was like, I looked at, like, where's the interior, bro? Where? Please show me the interior. Yeah, you see? Oh no, see, it didn't even have this. See, you can see the power lock thing right here. Well, you can't see it, but I can. I'm trying to find the one that's no power lock. That's what I want to see, bro. Let me see it. Oh yes, yes. Look. I sat in the car, bro. How can I enlarge this? Let me enlarge this now. Let me enlarge it now. Let me. How? Show me. I need to know. Bruh, I'm gonna find out. You got me messed up. Yeah, we gonna see it. We gonna see it, baby. We gonna see it, baby. Now, look at this. Right? I sit in the car, right? It's brand new, just like this. This looks brand new, right? It's black, whatever. And you see this right here? This is a roll-up window. Bruh, way back. Bruh, this car right here had power windows. This had power windows. This is my first car. The 1990 Caprice had power windows. This did not. This is a 1985 Celebrity. It did not. So this had power windows as well. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a brand new 2016. And then I look at this right here And then I look at the console, or you know, the leg, whatever that is, where your arm rests, your left arm rests when you're driving. I look at this and I don't see a lock button or an unlock button, and I didn't get a fob either. I had a key. I'm like, wow, okay, whatever. And I start the car, and I look at the mileage. The mileage had 28 miles on it. 28 miles on it. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. It's better than the Ford. Look, I was like, it's better than this. I ain't even tripping. I'm not even tripping. Whatever. But over time, it really got to me. It really got to me. I didn't know something as little as power locks and power windows would really get to me, but it really did. And last but not least, I'm gonna leave this as the picture, bro. Hey, get that out of here. S. All right. Whoa, I gotta back that thing up. Back the thing up. All right. Images 2018 Nissan Altima X or S. Is this the? Yep. This exact color. Pull it up. I want to see the car, bro. Yeah, this is the car that I have currently. It's outside. The car I have currently is outside, and you know, I guess I should tell the story of how I got it. So I basically I got annoyed with this car, even though it was brand new. I got annoyed with the size. I'm 6'2". This car is like 5'5". And it just feels small and compact, and over time that got irritating. It has an aux cord, so like, you know, I had an aux cord, but over time the power windows, power locks thing, my lady at the time, like my lady Quinn was like, she was roasting me sometimes. but I had some fun in this vehicle. For sure. And I kept it for 2 years, right? Yep, kept it for 2 years. Almost like 2.5, not 2.5, like 2 years and a couple months, because I got the Nissan Altima in 2018. So I got this in 2016. So yeah, I basically got slowly tired, but I saved up money. You don't know nothing about those tall people problems? Yeah, you're right, J-Bo. But for me, like, I don't know, just constantly, because I deliver and stuff, getting out and getting in, getting out and getting in, getting out and getting in, like, it became annoying. And I could feel the space the more and more I was in the car. Now, it didn't really have problems. I mean, I changed the brakes, after a year or anything. It was a cool car. It sounded like a sewing machine, and it didn't have horsepower or whatever, which is cool because it's still a car and it gets me to A to B, and it was great for my job, delivery driving. So, but I just got tired aesthetically of it, and I wanted something bigger with a little more power. And I saved up a couple grand to do so. And, in 2018, I was like, all right, can we put me in an Altima, please? Because I thought that this car, the Altima, what is it? The Camry, the Taurus, the Malibu? Yeah, the Malibu, the Accord. All of these cars are essentially the best city cars that there are. For full-size sedans, and it's because they all have really good gas mileage. They are just really solid vehicles, and they feel like they have space. And they have a little more power than the smaller versions, which are the Civics, the Versas, whatever, the Civics, the Versas. The what's below the Malibu? The Sonics. The Civics, the Versas, the Chevy Sonics, the what else is smaller that I mentioned? The Ford Focus. And I can't remember the Focus. What was the other brand of Toyota? The Prius. Yeah. And they have a little more power than those, so it feels like you're actually driving something with a little bit of power. Not a lot, but like more than those, cause remember I drove this Versa for 2 years, so like I was like, okay, this is an improvement. I like this, and it's bigger. I like this, so I liked it, and it was great until after about a year, I researched that these don't normally last past about 90,000 miles. The transmission in them, I guess it just sucks. It's not built to last. And so I kind of been trying to find my way to wiggle out of this car and just projecting energy of like, I don't want this car. Like, I've been projecting that energy for about a year now, and I think that energy really just came back on me. And yes, Subarus are fire. I think Subarus are in my top 10. But yeah, I had a lot of fun in this vehicle. You know, this is the Tekken vehicle, bruh. This is definitely the Tekken vehicle. I got this in 2018, right? I started Tekken in 2019. I started Tekken in 2019. I started Tekken in 2018. So yeah, and that was when I had this car. So I was traveling to places with this car that you see right here, the silver 2018 Nissan Altima. So many tournaments, even the tournaments that you went to, right? The tournaments that you went to, the one you double jeopardy me in, Jackrabbit, you know, that, and so many Kentucky, beating Sluice for the first time, you know, Cincinnati tournaments, Chicago tournaments. I went to Atlanta in this multiple times. Like, dang, man. Went to Atlanta in this. I would say I went to Vegas in this, but we flew there, baby. But yeah, like my 2018 Nissan Altima is essentially the Tekken vehicle, and it's gonna be sad to see it go. But it's gonna be sad to see it go. I'll be honest. It was a fun vehicle. Even though I realized that the transmission for them don't seem to last that well after 90,000. It still was a great vehicle, and it's at almost 70,000 miles right now. It's almost about 70,000 miles right now. I think it's at 69 something or 68 something. So hydroplaning sucks, man. What can I say? But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna top this video off with first car, Chevy Caprice, a classic. Over 60 people asked me if I wanted to sell this between October and April before it was stolen. Crazy. Then the Chevy Celebrity Boy. I got T-boned in this car. I got T-boned in this car trying to pull out when you say it's a 2-lane road, and you know, there's traffic, and you know, somebody tries to let you out, but there's another lane you can't see. I eased out and I got T-boned, spun all the way around, and it was super damaged. My buddy called this the Fatal Fury. Me and like 6 or 7 other dudes would get in this car and go to this thing called game night. Bruh, it was some of the funnest times of my life. From 2017 or 2007, no, 2008 to late 2009. It's fire car. This car still has some game night events or whatever, but ended up getting sold. Let's see, yeah, not much happiness really that went on with this vehicle. I had some fun. I think I went to college in this vehicle. Yeah, I went to college in this vehicle, but college is not necessarily a positive reinforcement for me. This is my return to driving, and also my meetup with Quinn. Because of this car that I got, I ended up basically really starting a heavy relationships and heavy times with Quinn, or whatever. You know, bunch of positive memories. Had some good times. My first drive was out to Greensburg, and it drove really great. It's just that it ran into so many issues. Like the Versa, yeah. Look at the console again. Remember that this is too small. If you are over 6 feet, I do not recommend you getting in a compact car ever. Don't do it. Get a full-size sedan. Yeah, I had a good time. Pleasant run. Like, you know, I had a pleasant run. I had a pleasant run with this car. Really good times. You know, it was just too tiny. And then this, obviously, the Tekken vehicle. Man. I'm gonna remember the times that I had, and I'm gonna remember the times that I had is what I'm gonna remember about this. Yeah. So many good times. I don't know if I can call this a good vehicle or not. I had a decent time in it. You know, I've replaced the brakes twice. And, you know, regular tune-ups and stuff, but It was a pretty solid vehicle. So hydroplaning happened. Good times as well. But to cap that off, my next car wish list, brand wise, yo, what's up, Denzi? My next car wish list. Here we go. In order. The top 2 in order. The last 3 are not. Toyota, Honda. Either an Accord or a Camry, most likely. Those 2 seem to be what I care about the most. I care about a full-size sedan. I don't really care about the speed like that. I just like the size. The size is fitting and perfect. The size of this Altima is the same size of those. So I would be very fine with either one of those. And knowing that they're gonna last longer is a good safety, good mental safety in my head. Let's see. Then, in no particular order, there is Mazda. I want a Mazda. My favorite car I've driven is a Mazda. When I went down to Tennessee for it was a Red Bull tournament, and I rented a Mazda. I forgot what Mazda it was, but it was dark blue, and it was, oh my gosh, driving it felt so good. It felt so good to drive. Like, it drove like I was going like 100. I was going 100, maybe 110, like on the highway down to on the interstate down to Tennessee, and it felt like I was going 40. Like, I didn't even notice it. How you drive, no car is safe. Ah, I hear you. I could say the same to you, Quinn Stryfe Love. But let's see. So yeah, what was I about to say? Dang it, can't remember. I got a brain fart. But yeah, so the Mazda I drove is definitely the most fun vehicle I've driven. Maybe next to the Infinity that I drove, the truck that we went to Cleveland in. And I don't even really like trucks like that. So yeah, Mazda. Then Subaru, just because I know about their dependability, and they just seem like a really solid brand, and they've been doing this for a while too. Like, they've been solid. It's just like, hey, yo, us over here, we been fired. You just ain't know. So we just ain't know, you know. And then last but not least, Tesla. I got bad news for you guys that like gas. Gas and oil and stuff, it's tearing up our environment, and car companies are all, this is all of the car companies, are all trying to shift to electric cars. It's estimated by 2033 that pretty much all cars will almost by standard be electric. And the electric cars are, I haven't driven one, which I want to in the future. But the electric cars, they seem to be pretty solid. I don't see any vast complaints or anything like that. So, knock on wood, your car is cool. Yeah, your car is definitely cool. The Malibu is solid. Chevy's a dependable brand. Definitely a dependable brand. And the thing is, the more you know about a brand, the more dependable that brand is. The more dependable that brand is if you know more about it, because you understand where stuff is, you understand how they control, how the brakes, you're just so used to it. So Quinn, if you was in like, I don't know, if you was in a Kia, let's say Kia, right? If you like Kia, like if you was in a Kia and you got into like, say like, I don't want to say hydroplaning, I don't want to throw you in the boat that I was in, but let's say, I don't know, a fishtail or something, or say it was snowing, you would be more adept in the Malibu, just because you're so used to Chevy, just because you're so used to Chevy and American products or whatever, that you being in the Kia you might almost just be more prone to mistakes. So no Kia like the phone. Tesla would be dope. They look so empty inside though. You talking about Teslas? I get you on that. But yeah, I was just going through all my cars, Quinn Stryfe Love. First car was a 1990 Caprice. Then an 85 Celebrity. Then the Hyundai Accent. Then the Ford 500 that I was just talking about you about. Then the reason I have this picture up is because you see the power lock. I mean the manual lock and the manual window. That's why I have that as the Versa. And then obviously this. So those are all my cars up till now. And with that, we will get back into this Tekken because that was cool, but that's all in the past now, right?